Hey, what's going on? I'm Miss Joseph. You want to know, and you're watching Reality Check TV, and I'm here with
What's So Real?
And we got our special guest. But before we introduce him, I would like to let everybody know we're here with Art
DJ Jammin' Joe.
DJ Jammin' Joe. So, Mr. DJ Jammin' Joe, let's start off. How was you guys' week so far?
Man, I had a wonderful weekend, man. I'm glad the Dolphins won.
The Dolphins.
Stop playing.
The shade of it all.
Listen, one day, we're gonna get there. One
We're
day.
gonna have them fins.
Yeah, let's hold our breath. Let's just hold our breath, okay? So, and then how was your day? What?
Man, my day was awesome. You know, crazy Friday, urgent care day for me. It's always something going on,
Okay.
but it's awesome. And y'all know what make me itch?
What
This
is
Florida traffic.
This Florida
I
traffic.
feel like I'm in Cali now.
Yeesh. Stop moving to Miami.
You know what? You know what make me itch?
What?
The weather.
Our unpredictable
It might be
Florida
cold
weather.
tomorrow.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? I'm always prepared. I always have a jacket. I'm always ready for Florida weather, boy.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about Florida weather is just like its people. It's bipolar as shit. You
right.
just don't know what you're gonna get.
Yes,
agree.
it is.
It's just like its people. One minute they fuck with you, next minute they shooting up your house. You just
But
never
Miss Joe,
know.
how was your week? How was your day?
My
What's
week,
good?
my day was pretty amazing, pretty chilled. Can't complain. A lot of growth. What made me itch, honestly, is I wouldn't say the weather. What makes me itch is
People, place, and things.
Just
Go ahead,
people.
be honest.
People make me itch.
Oh, human. You know, the
Human
thing.
beings. But that's about it. So we're gonna take over to Woods to
Yes, so we are here on a Friday evening. We have a special guest today. Our special interview today, Miami, Florida artist, American Bahamian descent, Miami native, born across the bridge, which I want to know what that means, raised by his lovely grandmother. So, you know, our first question, we're going to get to that, and they have something to do with her, so that's going to be awesome. He's going to share that. You know, I want to introduce Mr. Knarley NoSo.
Okay,
Yo.
Mr. NoSo, what you know so? So how was your week, Mr. NoSo?
I had a pretty productive week. I can't complain at all.
Can't complain.
It's knocked out, so.
You
yeah,
came here looking cool though. I like it.
Appreciate
The shades
it.
Like
and
your
everything
style.
though.
Thank
And what made you itch? What got into your skin this week? You wanted just the world to just let it go.
Driving.
Driving.
Yeah, like all this week I had a job site out in Biscayne Boulevard, and I confronted a colonizer this morning. Like he tried to run me off the road.
Yeah.
And he clearly had like a straight path to just go forward with like forward motion traffic, and like just so I couldn't get in the opposite lane, he went out his way to kind of run me off the road. So when we got to like the red light, I pulled up and I like rolled the window down, and I told him to drop the window. So it was just we had a few words. Yeah.
Don't drive
All right,
like
so
that.
if you're listening to the Great FM right now, Knarley NoSo is looking for a professional driver.
Yes, man.
Because he can't do the driving no more. He can't
So hit us up. Take an Uber or Lyft.
take an Uber.
The luxury one.
The luxury.
Hey.
Miami road rage.
Yes.
I think that's the new leading cause of stress these days. And
Yeah, well, we always had it. It's not going anywhere.
that's
Miami road rage.
I have to do better sometimes, because sometimes I have to even remember I'm in the car with people sometimes. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
I'm good with that. I don't have road rage. That's awesome. But we're going to get straight into the interview. All right, Mr. Knarley NoSo. Were you born in Bahamas?
No, just descent. I have cousins. I have family that's still relevantly there, and then just background. So.
Did you travel during the summer to Bahamas?
No, I can't tell you last time I've been to Bahamas.
Aw, you know. Okay, so
Yeah,
you know me, I put my Bahamian accent on, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to think we was related.
Can we hear it?
routine.
Yeah, can we got
my Bahamian accent.
Hook us up.
It's a moment, that's like that character that I have. But I was waiting for Knarley to hit me with a Bahamian
Do
accent.
you speak patois?
Not patois, it's a
That's
Bahamian.
Jamaican.
Yeah, it's a Bahamian.
Bahamian is just like it's like a heavy accent in the American language. Basically English, heavy accent in English. Like I will say, like kind of like almost every saying people say, "A." You feel me? Like that. You feel me? Like it's like they gotta
But,
drag it out though.
Matter of fact, you know where I get that saying, "You're lotioning."
Yeah.
That's Bohemian. You're lotioning, man. You're lotioning that man,
Facts.
man. Right?
She got on time.
All right. So you said across the bridge. What across who bridge?
That South Beach Bridge.
Okay.
Like, so many tourists come to Miami and they think when they go to South Beach, that's Miami. That's not Miami at all.
No.
That's a
thank
tourist
you.
attraction.
Got it.
So like when I specify across the bridge, that's just acknowledging the Miami Dade that we all know and familiar with.
Welcome to the other side.
Right.
All right,
the
raised
dark
by
side.
man. Listen, when you put raised by your grandmother, and then you said that. That's why I have an old soul. People that meet me, and you know, I'm be honest with you. My grandmother came from Haiti and went to Bahamas.
Yeah.
So I know that Bahamian.
That's the usual transition.
Yes, I know that Bahamian old soul would while you drinking tea at 14, because that's what happens when you have.
Yeah, that's true. They don't
When you're
understand.
raised by your grandmother and you're drinking coffee at
I
5.
got some Bahamians stay next to me, and I always hear him say, "Can you get your picnic?"
Yeah. Well,
That's your child.
That's your child. When you get your child.
listen.
Listen.
But Bahamians are cool though.
Very cool, is that?
But on the norm, you was raised by your lovely grandma. I put lovely grandmothers. I love grandmothers. Especially
It was my grandmother, and I will say like my dad's father was actively in my life, but like
Awesome.
those first couple of years it was my grandma. Then my dad came and picked me up. So like I'm really close knitted to my dad's side, but my grandmother raised me though.
awesome. All right. So we getting straight to the question. So we're gonna ask the classical question.
What's that?
What inspired you to start making music? We
Oh.
couldn't leave that out.
Talent shows.
Okay.
I remember we had like this talent show like when I was in elementary school, and it was at Northwestern. And that it was like the self-destruction for like Public Enemy,
Yeah.
and I had like 4 different roles. And like my teacher, she literally was like willing to let me do more roles because I was like the only student that wasn't really shy to kind of like, we had to like kind of lip sync. We didn't have to necessarily learn the whole script, but I just remember how I felt like just
It felt
stepping
good.
up, going up like that, and having everybody attention. So that most definitely kind of like set the tone. And then I just always admired just seeing performers, like musicians perform, and just having that moment of just kind of like blacking out and just, you know, exercising their craft. So I would say that.
You remember that teacher name? You want to give her a shout out?
Shout out to Miss Bruton from North County Elementary. That school don't even exist anymore. It was a charter school in Opelika.
Wow.
I was just gonna say
You know
that.
exactly what. Yeah.
Shout out
That's
to the
what's up.
teachers, because people don't understand that the teachers do have a great impact in
They
your
do.
life.
Yes.
And they do like they kind of mold you to do. If you have an effed up teacher that make you feel like you ain't ever gonna be itch, it kind of sticks there like that too.
Facts.
I got a
Yes,
teacher
yes.
that owed me a car. She told me if I
You
graduate,
better stop it.
I couldn't find it yet.
Well, that's why I get a little vexed when people say, "Oh, we didn't learn this in school." I was like, "No, you just wasn't in class that day, or you
Wasn't
didn't
paying
attend."
attention.
Yeah,
You just
because
wasn't paying
you learned that,
attention.
you just wasn't there. So we're gonna get into our second question with Miss Joe, since you want to
All
know.
right, so I kind of did a little research on you. I kind of read about you,
I
kind of
respect
figure who you are, trying to. So you said back in one thing I found out. You said back in 2009, your senior year, you got injured during football, right?
2009 I was in the 9th grade.
You ended well.
Yeah, 2012.
Well, you said
yeah.
sorry,
Yeah,
2012,
that's
and
what
you
probably
were.
that's all. Yeah, that's all good.
It's all good, but you got injured in your senior year, correct?
Yeah.
Playing sport, and I know a lot of people sometimes use music as therapy. No, you don't use music. as
Music
therapy?
was the plan A, and football was like the plan B. Literally.
And so right after injury, what artists did you listen to that kind of? Because I'm sure you said music was plan A and plan B was football. But I'm
Football.
sure during that time you must. What artists that helped transpire you or motivated you? Like, you know what? I ain't doing the football thing no more. Let me focus on the music.
One of my high school homies that I had started like a clothing line with at the time, named Dewan, he had put me on to Schoolboy Q from TDE, and like at that time around my senior year, I was listening to like a lot of old school music, just trying to like sharpen my craft and be a student of the game. But specifically around that time, it was TDE. It went from like Schoolboy Q, Absol, and then like my favorite rapper that I study now, Kendrick Lamar. So like
King
Kendrick. So I'd say Kendrick was like a big influence, and then that Nipsey Hussle album just was like a very vital during
Man, that thing, that was bad, wasn't it?
Rest in
yes,
peace.
It
sir.
was bad. It was bad. I
Yeah.
agree on that.
Yeah.
It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope.
So do you want to speak about the injury that kind of stopped the football career?
My meniscus. It was actually before the season actually started, and I was working my way up the depth chart. You feel me? I would say I was starting, but it is what it is. And what happened? It was thunder and the lightning, and you know from Dade County or just playing Optimus football, playing high school sports. Once that lightning go off and that alarm go off, that detect the weather,
Yeah.
you gotta go inside or you gotta start practicing. So
Yeah.
one of my coaches, God bless the dead, Coach Hardy, he transferred from Carroll City. He pretty known throughout Carroll City High School in that Carroll City area. He came to American, Coach Hardy, and he was real adamant about having us practice. Like, it wasn't no chilling. And so I remember, like, damn, I'm like, bruh, I only wore Vans to school that day. So we had to practice on the basketball court.
Wow.
So it happened to be my drill, and he was like, "Oh, who you think you is? You a prima donna?" And I'm like, "Coach, I got on Vans." You feel me? So, and I remember like that day he was like real hot and just intense, and so that was the rate of practice like on the basketball court, like on that wooden floor, just like real intense. And so we was doing like some blocking drills with the O-line, and I had to mildly like hit one of the holes. O-lineman falls.
Lance.
While I'm trying to like move and hop out the way, that nigga like literally rolled over on my left leg, and then like my knee like kind of like literally smacked the wooden floor. And
Don't you hate that?
They landed on it,
Because
so
they can't get up straight. So
No,
it's
they cannot.
it's always a roll, right?
That is so true.
always a roll, literally, dog.
That is so true.
And I just remember, bro, I was like, dog, I'm done. I'm like, this big ass nigga done fell on my knee, bro. And shout out to Twin, bro. He still followed me. We pretty cool too.
That's
and
what's
I remember he just was apologizing, and then our center Gamboya, he was pretty much the main reason why the whole coverage, the block got blown out the way. Like, dog, the poor guy was like
You guys can laugh
175
about
trying
it
to play
now.
center.
So what was your football name?
Dancing man.
Say it one more time.
Dancing man.
Dancing,
Now,
man.
why you had that name?
I had them jukes.
No, you said it once. Coach said prima donna, pretty boy. I'm like,
I
yeah.
had to think about
Yeah,
that.
you're not
Yeah.
getting dirty today.
Okay.
You juking. No one knocking you down. You know, Dion, pretty boy.
Should listen
Prime
to you.
time.
Right.
Right. So we're gonna get into the next question.
What's up?
If you could change anything in the music rap industry right now, what would it be?
If I could change anything in the industry right now, it would just be artists becoming business savvy, and then making it mandatory that all artists should receive some kind of residual or royalty income, you know, after they're either a one-hit quitter or, you know, or just, you know, they fall off. A lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, be miseducated in the industry. And one thing I could speak on specifically from being a musician or just an artist, period, you go through this period where it's like inevitable, I mean, where your talent is like rising through the roof, but your funds is like not hitting.
Yeah.
And I think that's one main thing musicians should learn is the balance, mastering your craft and learning finances, how to, you know, finance your own craft instead of having somebody invest or support, which those things are nice to attain, but I just feel like, you know, every musician should be able to receive like some kind of royalty check off a song that made it big.
Yeah.
I feel like they should be able to, you know, be set after that. So that would be something I'd like to change.
And you will.
Most definitely, most definitely.
So-
Well, listen. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So what messages are you giving out through your music though?
Several, but doing the internal work. A lot of people, I would say a term that's familiar, shadow work.
Yeah.
And when I say shadow work is just, you know, kind of focusing on the side that's not so lovely, that you don't sell to people. And doing the internal work, you know, the more you work on yourself and get yourself together, you're better for the people around you.
True.
So
Wow.
that's something like, like my favorite kind of books to read are like self-help books.
Yes.
So like that go hand in hand for me. And another thing would be just do you. Like I don't know, I think I'm the epitome of that. Like just do you.
That's
like,
a must.
literally, do you. You got so many people nowadays, man, that be scared to step into their own power or step into their own light just due to the lack of having their own mind or having their
Sabotaging your
thoughts.
own dream.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
That's
hit
what
that right on the
happens.
head.
Yeah.
Nothing come to a dream but a sleep.
One of the songs, listening to your projects, one of the songs that definitely stood out to me was was Chains Off.
Chains Off.
Yeah, definitely with Chains Off. And with Chains Off, there was a piece of Chains Off I want you to kind of explain to the people.
No problem.
Where you said, I gotta break free for my soul so it can navigate. Yeah. So I gotta break free from my soul so it can navigate. Can you explain to people what exactly and what was your mindset during that project? Because it seems like in that project you really took time and it was going through like a moment.
Rapid Changes.
Yeah.
It's actually my first official project after 2017, 2018. I went on like a possible like 2.5 year like kind of like hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
I was still dropping music, but I wasn't actively like pushing it. I was just trying to learn everything. So Rapid Changes was really me acknowledging like all my emotions that I've been feeling as an artist, or just a human, just a spiritual being, having human experience. And when I say take the chains off to navigate, I feel like when you have these chains on, when you're a prisoner to your thoughts or just, a slave to your desires or certain things, you can't navigate. And I feel like when I took the chains off, just off of what I gave authority to, I feel like a lot of the times we give our power away and we always asking, oh, this is working us or it's abusing us. And the main thing I've learned is you have to make laws become your instrument instead of being the instrument of the laws. So that's why I go back to like taking the chains off to be able to navigate. When you take the chains off, you're able to, move forward how you move. And you're able to move forward in a desired manner. You're able to do what you want to do, and you're not, what is the word?
Stuck.
I'm
not gonna lie, when I actually listened to that song, like all the vision I was going in my head, honestly, not because it's Black History Month, but shout out to all the black people. But anyway, I was thinking about chains, like just being locked somewhere, or just, being a slave to something, Or then I thought about all the artists that wear these heavy chains, showing off. So I was thinking about different things in my head when I was listening to that song. So
yeah, that song to me seemed like it was very personal. You was at a place where like you really did pour your heart into that song.
Yeah.
Yes. And like I was saying, just what you give your authority to. I was in a very stagnant space after my last project. It did like some good numbers back when numbers, you could buy numbers, invest in numbers, when numbers was the thing. Like, oh, he got numbers, we gonna fuck with him. You don't even matter if the number's real or not.
True.
And that was the main reason I'm part of the hiatus. I just was like, bro, I can't just fake it till you make it. I was just losing it, just lack of resources, all that shit. So just being very stagnant. Like when I heard Chains Off, Jason from Listen Don't Speak Studios down here in Miami, Florida. That's an engineer and producer that helped take my artistry to the next level. And just that creating the whole song was pretty challenging. You know what I'm saying? He told me he wanted to challenge me and get me outside of my usual way of creating. So on that song, I was able to just really like have a field day and give people perspective. And like that's one of the main things. Thought-provoking music, thought-provoking messages given to the people, just trying to make people think. I don't think we think enough.
Nope.
So.
No, we don't. And just for everybody to understand why we feeling this song so much and why and what we mean and why he elaborated so much on this song, we're gonna listen to Chains Off by Mr. NoSo.
I'm live with Reality Check.
Hi, in the building.
Yo. Y'all follow Reality Check right now.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know now, you know, baby. Alright, guys. This is Ms. Jo. Since you want to know, we're sitting here with Mr. Knarley NoSo, because we know so. And we're trying to figure out, what is it that he knows? Okay?
Where is the NoSo from?
The NoSo is from, I know something, but I know nothing at all.
True. We're always learning.
Okay, definitely.
I like that. It's What's So Real, and we have DJ Jam and Joe in the building. So we're going to go into that song that Chains Off song. As we
Take 'em off.
Yes.
Come off, Mr. Chains Off. I wanted people to really listen to the song and the meaning behind the song. Your creative process behind the song.
Yeah.
People just gotta know how dope you are.
Thank you.
You were just listening to Mr. Knarley NoSo.
Because we know so, and that was Chains Off.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. No So.
So if you're just tuning in, you with the girls from Reality Check TV. We are live on the Grid FM with Knarley NoSo and DJ
Jim and Joe.
Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna get into our next question, and it'll flow with this. So, what is your creative process like? You know, majority of people, when you hear them talk about their creative process, they go to the beach and write, or they like to be on the Olo, or some people say I have to smoke before I write, or I have to drink before I write. You know what I'm saying? Or do you have a beat first and then your lyrics, or your lyrics then your beats?
I be creating shit off the spot, like on spot. Like usually, I can tell within the first 5 seconds if I'm going to write to a beat, if I'm going to create to it. So I usually just listen to beats first, and then every now and then, you know, I'm always writing. Like I was always big on just literature before I became a rapper or got into hip hop. So just with that being said, every now and then I'll plug in some lyrics to a beat that just happens to go or just flow. But nonetheless, that's my creative process. I don't always have to be high. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I wrote All Hell, matter of fact, sober. I was actually fasting around that time too. So I really do this. This like second nature.
Did
So
Knarley just speak something to me?
Yeah, he spoke to her soul.
You already know.
It is the
I'm
fasting.
big on fasting.
She's the queen of, you know what? I'm gonna fast this out right quick.
Listen, yeah.
fast this
it's
out.
a process. Listen. We go. Listen. Let's talk about fasting because it's real. Fasting will bring some great lyrics. Right or wrong?
Fasting a bring in greatness. Period. A shift. Period.
Yes,
To be
sir.
honest.
Yes. It definitely. Well, speaking of fasting, I know in fasting in life that you need, not only can you fast, but you need great people around you. In this industry, sometimes it is important to have people that keeps you grounded, that keep you level-headed. Who are these people that's around you in your career that you know for sure, no matter what's going on, that you know I could always depend on, you know, besides Graham?
You better not
Who are
know it now.
some of these people that definitely helped you and definitely keep you grounded? And what lesson did you learn from these people?
There's a handful of people that I can vouch for, but I got a lot of great individuals around me at the moment. So at the moment, there's some great individuals around me.
What lessons they have? What advice or what lessons they have told you that's been helping you go through this process in this industry?
Be sure of yourself. What I learned from Prophet was, you know, do the work, continue to do the work, even if it's tedious. Like
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency and doing your homework. You know, so I did a lot of research. I did a lot of searching, and then when I linked up with Prophet, it was more researching. You know what I'm saying? Like relearning things, looking more, and trying to follow up. Another thing was block out the outside noise.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, like we when we were creating, we always for some people, like we look to outside sources for, you know, validation.
Yeah, we're always looking for someone's opinion, and we have the answer.
We got everything's within.
Yeah,
Funny.
but we're always going out trying to find someone's opinion, and then they'll knock your focus off. Because something you probably wanted to do, the person was like, nah, that don't look good. Nah, change that shirt. Nah, you should do that. But that's your vibe. That's what you wanted to do.
Well, nigga, you don't know how I felt when I put this shirt on.
Yeah, I know.
Listen. You gotta bring it back out.
You just definitely gotta be original with it. Was music always in your life? Like,
Music was always there. I got a lot of my tastes from my dad's brother,
Okay.
my uncle, and it used to be me and my 2 older cousins. Like we grew up together, like very close in age, maybe like 4-year difference. And he would pick us up, and one of my cousins, his father wasn't in his life. My other cousin, dad was incarcerated, and shout out to him, he just got out. And that was my dad brother. So like he would always pick us up, take us around town, you feel me? And in his box Chevy, I vividly remember, and in that box Chevy with them 12s or 15s, we heard from Outkast to Jay-Z, Hot Boys, Poison Clan, you feel me? That's where I'm influenced by putting Clan inside my brand, Tsunami Clan. And Trick, back in the days, that Trick, you feel me?
That's
like,
one of my
Listen, I am a Trick Daddy fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's really I got my taste in music from my uncle.
Yeah.
And then growing up around my aunt and my dad, like that music was just always a big thing. Like, you feel me? Like just music, period.
Do you remember the first time you picked up a mic?
It's real corny. I don't even want to tell y'all right now.
It's me.
Right.
first time-
Everybody mic was a mop or a broom.
Yeah.
So
I'd say before my elementary talent show, it was I think when we were shorties, it was my godbrother's birthday, and I sang to this nigga. Like I sang happy birthday to him, bro. I was so embarrassed after I sang
but
too.
that was nice.
And I remember my stepmom, she was like, "Go and sing happy birthday to your brother. Go and sing." And like, at that time, I was real big on like watching Jackson 5. Like for some odd reason, like I want to say, like when we were like 10 or 11, Jackson 5 was always on UPN.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was like
I
like a favorite movie. So I really sang to this nigga, and that's the vivid.
Oh, this was your time. You got on there and was like, listen, I'm part of it.
Listen.
This was my time to shine. They gotta see me.
I know you appreciate it now.
Oh, shout out to your fam. Go ahead, Wood.
Hey, shout out to JJ, man. He should be coming home in a couple years, man. JJ, keep your head up.
All right. So our next question for you. What would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your music career? Like, what is something you would want to be doing right now? If it wasn't music, what would you be doing right now? I know you did mention you want to open up a publishing company. We'll talk about that later as well. Mm-hmm. But what would you be doing right now if it wasn't music? If music had
music.
Yeah, none but songs.
He's like music.
It's
All right. Outside of music, I actually have a plan B, because I'm 27, you feel me? So it's like,
you're young.
Yeah, you're still young.
in y'all mind, y'all saying young, but my family like, nigga, you're old. What you
no,
going
you're
to do with your life? What are you going to do with your life?
It's an island thing. I think it's
Yeah,
an island thing because even
And then just American side too, you feel me? Because my grandmother's pretty Americanized too.
Yeah.
You feel me? And just, you feel me, like, and my grandfather, like I said, that side of the family is very strong. But just nonetheless, it's just like, what are you gonna do with your life, and like, how you gonna get it together? And I'll say I'll probably be a firefighter, because I do fire inspections. I do fire alarm inspections. You know what I'm saying, to fund everything that I'm doing. I'm
That's
not gonna make it
what's
seem
up.
like I trap for a living. I'm too old to be getting locked up. I'm not getting no felonies. You feel me? Gotta be corporate thugging out here, thinking bigger and better.
corporate thugging. That's
You feel
it.
me?
I love it.
Look out for that
So-
next hit, corporate thugging.
Yeah, you should. Don't be
Shout out
surprised.
to Jeezy. That's where the original influence came from.
Corporate thugging. I love it. I love it.
So that's what you'll be doing if it wasn't music right now. But that's dope. So you did mention you want to open up a published company.
Yes. I'm thinking bigger. I know from what I researched and from what I understand, that's how you obtain your masters. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have like a publishing company or a record label. You know what I'm saying? And then just want labels to know I'm open to cooperating. You feel me? Like not just signing a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm familiar with the business side of this. And you feel me? It's
It's in work.
being I feel like a one-stop shop. You feel me? Like, you know, you either have a brand or you have like your own publishing company and you know the business. You know, so like I said, you know, I'm pretty much investing in me and I'm building a team. You know what I'm saying? People that share the same vision. So, you know, you gotta be precise about a lot of this shit. It's nobody, it ain't no investors yet, so.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Again, so you pretty much gonna be a threat. You gonna know a little bit of everything. So you can't just come into Mr. NoSo life and tell him anything he wants to hear. He knows the in and out of the business.
So next time the family asks, you're 27, what are you doing with your life? You explain that to them.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know the funny thing about it? My mom's favorite song off my project is Love For You. That's something for the ladies.
I like that song.
And it's the most streamed song off the
Side of
project.
him.
I
was like, fine. I was like, oh great, he has a love song.
Yes.
What was on your mind with that song?
To be honest, it was more so of I was thinking of like several different like kind of like roles I played in like important women in life in my life. There's a handful from like family, and then to the young lady I'm dating, and then just friends. You feel me? Just like, you know, life companions where you feel like you're locked in with certain people, and you know, just letting them know I'm here for you, and you know that this bond is solid. And I've had a handful of relationships. People don't understand that you and only you and your person understand. So it was kind of like the influence was that was one of my mind states right there too.
And the person that was featured on that song.
Actually, that was a mishap. You gotta act TuneCore, man. Love For You is all me. The person that was featured on that song was actually another song.
Okay.
So that was actually like a little confusion.
Oh, okay.
When uploading the project.
I'm happy you mentioned. See, that lets you know I was listening to your album this whole
That's
week.
real. Shout out to you.
I was.
Yeah, we actually dissect your
I
song.
appreciate y'all.
And speaking of your song, your album, we have one of the songs that definitely caught my attention also is All Hell. But you did not spell it H-E-L-L. You spelled it actual H-A-I-L, like actual hell. So explain to the people why you spelled it like that. Because if you listen to the song, it's more so like you're at a peaceful place. So what's all hell about? And why you spelled it?
Kind of just like I felt triumphant writing the song, and then just that was last shall be first. So like that's like a Bible scripture and just something like a part of a Bible scripture that just always stuck with me, and something I relate to, like literally, like I got a song called "Used to Be a Broke Boy" and the video is actually on YouTube, and a Miami comedian inspired that song. I ain't gonna say his name.
All hell.
Yeah, No Broke Boy. He inspired that song, and this is where All Hell came from. Like, I remember he's like, oh, what kind of artist you think you are? And I kind of describe, I'm like, you know, I'm a little Kendrick with a Denzel Curry, if anything. And that nigga was like, stop being a dick writer.
Ooh.
Like, bro, like, spazzed on me. And I remember, like, I was actually getting dropped off to, like, a overnight job at fucking Whole Foods. I hated this shit.
Oh.
So I felt more like shit, because this nigga was like, oh, nigga, stop being a dick writer. And I was like, nigga, you asked me to describe you, what kind of artistry I'm influenced by. So, you know, just reading, and I remember like one of the daily scriptures was like it says something like all like thee that was last shall be first, and then I heard like in a movie like all hail to like a king, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, the feeling was triumphant. And you know, the song used to be a broke boy, but I had to change that. Gonna get me a bag. Yeah, that's what you supposed to do. So like, the all hell was just a significance of like, nigga, you done motivated me to get on my shit. I'm finna get my shit together. And then the all hell just really ties into like, you know, big ups to everybody that conquered, you know what I'm saying, something dark. That been through hell and back.
Yeah.
So hell is the verbiage on that is more of a significance of celebrating you or celebrating someone's significance and what they stand for. And then I feel triumphant because I came from hell and back, nigga. Like literally, I feel like what I've been through.
You see how crazy people can be. It's just like you ask here's my thing. I feel like in this world, everybody's given the same 24 hours. You understand?
Facts.
And in your 24 hours, you decided to be great with it. In his 24 hours, he's seen your greatness and he decided to dim that. And I'm glad that you can actually see through that and actually use that song and use that as a motivation, because a lot of people will take that and be like, oh man, you know, who's to say that was your last moment that if I hear one more thing, I'm just going to quit on this. You understand? So just to keep in mind with people, like, just because you ain't do shit with your 24, don't come shit on my 24.
Don't project that shit on me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm like, don't speak
Yes,
that over my
sir.
life. But you know, when it comes to comedians, a lot of comedians think they could get away with things.
Yeah.
But low key, people do have, like, being a hater is a job.
Yeah.
It comes both ways though. So by him saying that to you, he didn't even know he just motivated you.
You know, I read something. A person can curse you, but that's only you gotta let that bless you though. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So
You gotta
like,
reverse that.
so all he did was kind of inspire me. So I would never take that moment away.
Yeah.
And like if I see the individual, we were more
Bet
like
you can't wait to see him now.
Listen. Matter of fact, he's gonna open for your show. So whoever it is, you better book him for one of your shows.
I would
Let him be that comedian that's gonna open for your show.
just be a little
So
petty.
whoever
I
he
don't want a
is-
little pettiness.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
He gonna be open up for Knarley NoSo.
But no, if I was to see him today, man, I'd give him a hug, because before we departed ways, he dropped a gem on me. He was like, don't be the butterfly that tears wings because you tore through your what's the shit that the caterpillars be in before they become a butterfly?
Cocoon.
Yeah, the cocoon. Thank you.
I am the-
Yeah, my mind everywhere right now. So he was like, don't rip your wings trying to tear through your cocoon too early.
Wow.
And I remember, like, I was like, the fuck, this nigga done dropped some shit on me.
Yeah,
Like,
listen.
Hey.
Miss Joe and I have this thing like, they could speak that over your life. They don't have to go really see a little witchcraft lady. They can just say something. You're like, what?
Speak it into your life. It's up to you.
if
to
you accept it, that
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
me? You feel me? So you have to like believe that shit that people projecting or speaking over you, and if you believe it, then that shit manifests. So yeah.
Most definitely, most definitely. And those who are just listening now, we are here with Mr. Knarley NoSo, because he knows so. And we just spoke about All Hell, and we're about to play that song so you can actually see and hear what we're talking about.
Y'all check that video out on YouTube. Y'all run the single, the All Hell to Endureth is on YouTube, all digital platforms. Y'all fuck with it.
All right, everybody. If you just tuning in, you are here with at the Great FM, watching the Aggressive Reality Check, and here with Mr. NoSo, because we know so. That was All Hell. If you're just tuning in, that was Knarley NoSo, All Hell.
The who endureth.
Go ahead, boy.
Is what's so real. We with Mr. Jammin' Joe.
You already know. We gotta get the facts on Buddy right now. We gotta get the facts.
We need facts. We need facts. What, speaking of your music, Miss What's So Real guy, listening to your music, I feel like it had so many like messages, so many. You had so many emotions in it, cause like your whole album, there's moments where you're just like, oh, I love him, and oh, what the hell, or what the fuck, well, who did that to him, type stuff. So she has a few
Because
questions.
so when we was researching, listening to everything, so my next question to you, is there any hidden meanings in some of your songs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They all over the place. I'm pretty sure you guys heard something that stood out to y'all. So, what may be a hidden gem y'all think y'all may have found on a project?
A hidden gem for me was definitely All Hell, like I told you I mentioned before. Another one was the Chains Off. To me, Chains Off had a lot of hidden gems in it, because the song could go either way with Chains Off.
Yeah.
You can take it in a spiritual way where it's like, man, I do feel really, or you can look at it in what's related to what's going on now in society. So you could kind of look at it in that way, like, okay, this is what's going on in society, and I feel like a lot of people feel like they've been changed. So what Chains Off can go anywhere. And it even could go into love if you actually look at it in that way, because sometimes in relationships you actually do feel bounded to a person.
We restrict each other.
Yes, we do.
Don't do it.
Yeah, we do.
Listen, it's Love Day on Sunday.
Listen, so
We're head off on Tuesday, Wednesday.
You already know.
man.
Chains Off was definitely it had a lot of hidden messages.
With me,
Yeah.
you know, it's Reality Check TV. You do got one that's called Reality Rappers, Raps.
Yeah, reality raps. That's
You
one of
wanna-
my favorite songs.
I actually like that song too.
Reality rap. Is
What do you mean by that? Because that's one of the hidden.
that one of the hidden messages behind reality? You feel like
Big
people
facts,
not,
no cap.
people
Yup.
are not real enough? You feel like what's hidden?
Stop the capping, stop fabricating shit, and I'm not here to say who's fabricating anything.
Oh, they know.
They know who you are. You know who you are.
You feel me? So Rapid Changes was embodying every emotion that I felt.
Most
And
definitely.
you can tie Rapid Changes to what the fuck we went through this past year.
Yes.
Yes.
It's actually a timeless album. You ever listen to a album and you just
Can you
like
say that again?
a
If you don't mind?
timeless album?
Hold on.
Meaning like
What
Rapid
she said?
Changes is a timeless album because there's some
Tell
albums.
him again.
Yeah, but for example, like you can, some timeless artists I can mention is your T-Pain,
Yes, facts.
your Missy Elliott's are
Facts.
timeless because no matter what year you listen to, your Tupac's are timeless
Forever.
artists, your Kendrick's, like no matter what you're going through, no matter what the year is, you could always go back to that album like, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could always. There's not a T-Pain song you can't play right now where you just like, oh shit.
No, it's
so
true,
I
it's
just
true,
feel
it's
like
true.
in your album, no matter what year, no matter what genre you played in, people will get it.
Thank you.
People will understand it.
But
and
with the
respect it.
with the reality raps, I always tell a lot of people we're from Miami,
Yes.
and we really can't do fake.
Yee.
You know, so when I see reality raps, and I'm like, you're about to interview with Reality Check TV,
Uh-huh.
we only give the real. We
Yeah.
only want the
So
real.
Talk to me.
So it was awesome,
it
you know,
was
for us,
pretty awesome.
for our first, you know, this is our first interview, by the way, everyone, on the Great FM Live, and we got to interview Knarley, NoSo, and I'm telling y'all, from when we received this artist, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be dope. Like,
This is gonna
it's gonna be real.
Because I actually
Because
took
the
my
vibe is
job.
right.
Thank you.
You know, I really, really did.
And it's crazy because when Miss Jo and I was listening, she was like, I said, Miss Jo, you know we got different ears, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, listen to his album.
She told me to listen to. She's just like, you know what? What you do is listen to it in the morning. Listen
Yes.
to it with fresh ears.
That's
Yes.
what I told
And
her.
then when I did go listen to it with fresh ear, and I was just like, I get it.
Yeah, because I was.
May I
oh, go
ask,
ahead.
what kind of mood did you get? Like, in that morning and going into the rest of your day, do you remember what kind of day you had, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I actually did. I actually had a it was one of my busy ass days.
Uh-huh.
And so one of my busy ass days, that's what changed off is just like the shackles thing. I just had to
Yeah.
let go of that, like let go of trying to be here for everybody type
Mhm.
shit. So it kind of like, I get it.
Yes.
I get that song. That's why that song can relate in so many emotions, whether you're mad, you're sad, you're in love, you're tired. It's just like, I just gotta take this off of me.
Yes.
Most definitely. And one thing
I'm gonna be
one
honest,
thing-
mine was always when I'm sorry to cut you
Go
off,
ahead.
but when I did listen to it in the morning, I was getting ready and I started cleaning. I'm like, no, you got to go to work, you know, the work thing. But I was listening to it and I got into the vibe. As soon as that reality rap came on, and this is me, yeah, man, people so fake. Oh my God, like people need to be real. And I'm like, yes, I love this song. So like I told Miss Jo, listen to it in the morning, because sometimes when your day is just going and you're trying to listen to something, you're not going to hear it right.
Yes.
But that morning fast,
Sure.
that 8 to 12 fast, that has your mind and your ears open, you hear things different.
I heard
Yes.
your
And I was
message
telling her,
last
what did I say? I said, Miss Jo, like, he can rap, but you can tell different people is trying to tell him how to do it, what to do, and changing his flow. And you mentioned that earlier. And I caught that.
Yeah, you definitely put your own spin into it. And then one thing I want everybody to understand with his music, you're just not getting like the average. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of a lot of people music.
That's real.
And I don't
Yeah.
listen to Reality Check, and I have to. And I just don't listen to anybody because I feel like what you take in definitely does hinder you spiritually.
Say a lot.
You understand? So it does hinder you spiritually. So that's why any artist I just don't let digest in my system. And one of the questions I definitely have for you, and I really do want you to explain what separates you from the rest. Because I think this album itself did separate you from everybody else. But what makes you different?
My persistency, and then that's something, give or take, a lot of people will probably wrestle with. I would say the integrity, and the approach I'm taking right now. And I don't sound like nobody. You listen to that
No, you
project,
don't.
I don't sound like nobody. My shit original, and originality what we lacking in
Yeah.
2021, oddly enough. you know, with all these resources and these different platforms that help you take your shit to the next level, we shouldn't be lacking in originality. But so, you know, I call it the copy paste era. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of that.
Yeah, that's one thing I admired about your album. You ever listen to artists and you could be like, oh, I could tell Kendrick influenced that, or I can tell so and so influenced that. And although you said you did have some great influences that did help you, but
you
it
wasn't
stand
up for yourself.
Yeah, it wasn't a Kendrick album. It wasn't a so and so album. It was a Mr. NoSo album. And that's one thing I could actually tell. Like, I didn't hear no other art. I heard you in that album.
Thank you. And, no, I was gonna say something. Like, I had like a slight brain fart.
It's okay.
You got pro creators and you got people that was consumers.
Mm-hmm.
And just to keep it very simple and keep it very broad between the two words I just used, you got people that find solutions to shit and create a way to make shit happen. Mm-hmm. And then you got people that just listen to everybody and that don't do no real critical thinking for themselves to change their situation. So like I said, everything I create or on an artistic level is thought-provoking. And just typical marketing and promo is psychology.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying, that's really my approach to it. Like, y'all, like, and that was another thing. I was real big on psychology. I attended Miami Dade for like 2 years. That's probably equivalent to maybe like just under 4 semesters. Mm-hmm. And that was something I took. So, you know, just like, people are always, you get to thinking when you listen to music. You slow down when you listen to music, depending on what you're listening to. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, if you listen to the music enough and just take the time to open your heart or open your ears and listen, you feel me? You find yourself relating.
Yeah,
and
the
that's
therapy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your album is definitely relatable. That,
so you
that
did.
I can say.
So you did open up your album with 4 seasons. You know, when I think about 4 seasons, Florida, you don't give us 4 seasons.
Shout out to the media, God.
But definitely, Florida do not give us 4 seasons. So when I seen that, I was like, oh, is he talking about the weather? Or is he talking about the way people change? Mm. What do you mean by 4 seasons? And that was your first...
That was the opener.
Yes, that was the opener. 4 seasons, I was speaking on like... you have reap and you sow seasons where you plant seeds and then they blossom. I got this idea where I feel like we can bloom all 4 seasons throughout the, you know what I'm saying, 12 months and make a year. And I feel like you have to step into your power. You got to be flowing within your purpose and know your why. And when you know your why, the how always presents itself. So like just the whole approach was to it. I desire to never lack. So in seasons, you go through periods where you're lacking.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, we get all 4 seasons here, ironically, in Miami, South Florida. So you feel me? That was possibly an influence. Well, I probably ate a salad and had 4 seasons of salad.
You better stop it. Well, when it comes to seasons or thinking about 4 seasons, I will always tell Miss Joe and a lot of people that surround me, I'm like, y'all know this for a season, right?
Yeah.
They be like, what is that? I'm like, yeah, I be telling her.
She's like,
I was like, this season in my life, I choose to grow up, or I choose to do this, I choose to, but they would never understand, like, what? Just go with the flow. I'm like, no, it's a season.
It's a season.
So when I'm telling you, Knarley, you made this album for me.
Yeah,
I'm so serious when I was listening to it. I was like,
pleasure to hear that.
Listen, I got a new hit. Download ASAP.
That's true. And one of the things.
And I actually have a video to 4 seasons.
For 4 seasons on your YouTube. And one of the things you just said while you were speaking was step into your power.
Mm-hmm.
Step into your greatness. Step into your power.
Yes.
What advice? I know in life, like people think looking at this from the background, thinking that this is easy peasy. This is what advice would you could kind of give people like? How? Well, meaning okay. Let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
How do you step into your power? How do you step into your greatness?
Being truly myself, and listening to what my spirit telling me. Like lately, I've been listening to like the loudest voice in my head, and it's been the first one, the one that truly knows everything. And embracing my fears. I think the most daring thing a man can do, you know, I'm a man, so I'm gonna speak from that perspective, and just facing your fears, embracing them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, you know, people don't never really acknowledge their fears, and it's just like most of the shit we scared of is like how great we can be. It's not really of like failing, because you think about that all the time before you do some shit.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how great can you be? Are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, how can you recover if you fall from grace? A lot of people don't recover when they fall from grace.
No, they don't.
So I say, like, facing my fears and embracing them is a form of stepping into my power and excelling at this point. Cause like, you feel me? Like, a nigga tired of surviving. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you can only excel when you step up to the plate, when you step in that paint. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, like, when I say step into your power.
Step up to this to your power with this album. You definitely did step up into your power. You just tapped into your greatness. It showed in this album in so many ways. That's why we dissected it so much with every song, every lyric, every music, because it really did speak.
And it's crazy because when I first seen it, you know how you go on the bottom, I'm like, oh man, he did this in 2020, and I'm pretty sure you had so much things lined up. You know, and not knowing the pandemic was gonna hit, and I'm
gonna say this.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
2020 was a prosperous year for me. I ain't gonna flash. Like, and it probably could have been more prosperous with the market being open.
Yes.
But I had a release party, packed out event. I had a premiere for Four Seasons video, packed out event.
Amazing.
And then I just headlined a show last month. I know that's 2021.
Well, no, it's
amazing.
You feel me?
Claim your greatness, sir. Claim your greatness, King. Go ahead.
And I will say the project did get set back like 2 different times.
Okay.
I didn't make the deadlines for like TuneCore, so like it was setbacks. You feel me? But I just felt like that was just like building my character more than anything. You know what I'm saying? And like just that building my character just was more of a reason from like when it did finally get released in like September. It's like, nigga, finally.
Yeah.
You feel me? All hell. All hell. Because, like, look, I kind of literally spoke that shit into my life. These was last Shabby first.
And season.
Yeah.
You feel me? That season just of, like, setbacks. And I'm just like, man, ain't shit stopping me.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's what's up. Man, it was awesome.
Mr. NoSo, thank you for giving us the opportunity to interview, to let the people know who you are, let the people know why you so damn amazing with this album. Then let the people know where they can find you on IG, on all your social media platform, where they can find you on YouTube, because you did mention you have several videos for some of these songs. So let them know where they can find you, Mr. NoSo.
All right. One Stop Shop can shop with me at www.knarleynoso.com. My Twitter, my IG, the Facebook like page, all my videos, and on the platform my music is on. And photos of me, you feel me? If you're trying to get me to be your brand ambassador, model your shit, you feel me? Come shop with me at knarleynoso.com.
What is it again for the people in the back?
www.knarleynoso.com, and that's KNARLEYNOSO.com if you ain't know so.
All right, this was another great interview with the ladies here at Reality Check TV and our special DJ, Mr. German Joe.
You already know what it is.
All right, and then speaking of Four Seasons, we wanted to end just like you begin your album with Four Seasons. We wanted to end
with Four Seasons,
so people could actually understand where we coming from. And we're live again here at the Great FM. You can go ahead and download the app. At the Great FM, available on Apple, iTunes, same thing.
You name it.
Oh, now you forgot
Android.
Why Android had to be last?
No, I have an Android. Shout out to all the Android fans.
Thank you.
Shout out to that.
For real, you know, the iPhone family, you know.
All right, Mr. NoSo, I respect it and thank you. Now
so once again, you have tuned into the Great FM with the ladies of Reality Check TV and Mr. Jammin' Joe and Knarley NoSo.
I wanted to bloom all 4 seasons. 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 All 4 seasons. I wanted to bloom all 4 seasons. I wanted to bloom all 4 seasons. I wanted to bloom.